Baguio, officially the city of Baguio and often referred to as Baguio City, is a highly urbanized city in northern Luzon of the Philippines. It is geographically located within Benguet, serving as the provincial capital from 1901 to 1916, but has since been administered independently from the province following its conversion into a chartered city. The city has become the center of business, commerce, and education in northern Luzon, as well as the regional center of the Cordillera administrative region. According to the 2015 census, Baguio has a population of 345,366. Baguio was established as a hill station by the Americans in 1900 at the site of an Iloilo village known as Cafagway. It was the United States' only hill station in Asia. The name of the city is derived from Baguio, the Iloilo word for moss. The city is situated at an altitude of approximately 1,540 meters in the Luzon tropical pine forests ecoregion conducive for the growth of mossy plants and orchids. Because of its cool climate, Baguio was designated by the Philippine Commission as the summer capital of the Philippines on June 1, 1903. The government was transferred to the city of Baguio to escape the lowland heat during summer. It was incorporated as a chartered city by the Philippine Assembly on September 1, 1909, as authored by former Philippines Supreme Court Justice George A. Malcolm. History. Early history. During the Spanish occupation in 1846, the Spaniards established a commandancia in the nearby town of La Trinidad, and organized Benguet into 31 ranch areas, one of which was Cafagway, a wide grassy area where the present Burnham Park is situated. Most of the lands in Cafagway were owned by the Iloilo chieftain Mateo Carino. The Spanish Presidencia, which was located at Baguio at the vicinity of Guizad Valley, was later moved to Carino's house where the current city hall stands. Baguio, a local term for moss, once abundant in the area, was converted by the Spaniards into Baguio, which served as the name of the ranch area. During the Philippine Revolution in July 1899, Filipino revolutionary forces under Pedro Paterno liberated La Trinidad from the Spaniards and took over the government, proclaiming Benguet as a province of the new Republic of the Philippines. Baguio was converted into a town, with Mateo Carino being the presidente. Shortly after, in November 1899, the Philippine-American War ensued. American forces led by Captain Robert R. Rudd arrived in La Trinidad searching for Pedro Paterno, Mateo Carino and other rebels, but failing to do so, proceeded to Baguio, setting camp in what is now Camp John Hay. On November 22, 1900, the Americans established civil government in Benguet with the passage of Act No. 48, converting the ranch areas into townships. The act likewise made Baguio the capital of Benguet, and Sayoko Carino, Mateo Carino's eldest son, was made the president of the township. In September 1909, Baguio became a chartered city through Act No. 1963, but remained the capital of Benguet until August 21, 1916, when the capital was transferred to La Trinidad. American colonial period, when the United States took possession of the Philippines after the Spanish-American War. Baguio was selected to become the summer capital of the Philippine Islands. Governor-General William Taft, on his first visit in 1901, noted the air as bracing as Adirondacks or Murray Bay. Temperature this hottest month in the Philippines on my cottage porch at 3 in the afternoon, 60 1968. In 1903, Filipino, Japanese and Chinese workers were hired to build Cannon Road, the first road directly connecting Baguio with the lowlands of Pangasinan. Before this, the only road to Benguet was Nagilian Road, and it was largely a horse trail at higher elevations. The Americans declared Baguio the summer capital of the Philippines on July 1, 1903. Every year between March and June, the entire American government transferred operations to Baguio to escape Manila's summer heat, a practice abolished in 1913 when Governor-General Francis B. Harrison took office. Mansion House was built to become the residence of the Governor-General, while in 1904 the rest of the city was planned out by the American architect Daniel Burnham, one of the earliest successful modern city planners. On September 1, 1909, Baguio was declared a chartered city, the second after the city of Manila, and the period after saw further development of Baguio with the construction of Wright Park in honor of Governor-General Lukey, Wright Burnham Park in honor of Burnham, Governor Pack Road, and Session Road. World War II. On April 26, 1945, Filipino troops of the 1st, 2nd, 11th, 12th, 13th, 15th and 16th Infantry Division of the Philippine Commonwealth Army, 1st Infantry Regiment of the Philippine Constabulary and the USAFIPNI 66th Infantry Regiment and the American troops of the 33rd and 37th Infantry Division of the United States Army entered Baguio and fought against the Japanese Imperial Army forces led by General Tomoyuki Yamashita, which started the battle for the liberation of Baguio during World War II. Baguio is the site of the formal surrender of General Tomoyuki Yamashita and Vice Admiral Okochi. It is where they gave up the entire Imperial Japanese Armed Forces to American authorities at the High Commissioner's residence in Camp John Hay on September 3, 1945, marking the end of World War II. 1990 earthquake. The 1990 Luzon earthquake destroyed much of the city of Baguio on July 16, 1990. A significant number of buildings and infrastructure were damaged, including the Hyatt Terraces Plaza, Nevada Hotel, Baguio Park Hotel, FRB Hotel and Baguio Hilltop Hotel. Major highways were temporarily severed, and a number of houses were leveled or severely shaken with a significant loss of life. Some of the fallen buildings were built on or near fault lines. Baguio was rebuilt with the aid from the national government and various international donors such as Japan, Singapore and other countries. Geography. Baguio is located some 1,540 meters above sea level, nestled within the Cordillera Central Mountain Range in northern Luzon. The city is enclosed by the province of Benguet. It covers a small area of 57.5 square kilometers. Most of the developed part of the city is built on uneven, hilly terrain of the northern section. When Daniel Burnham drafted plans for the city, he made the city hall a reference point where the city limits extend 8.2 kilometers from east to west and 7.2 kilometers from north to south. Barangays. Baguio is politically subdivided into 129 barangays. Climate. Temperature. Under the Köppen climate classification, Baguio features a subtropical highland climate that closely borders a tropical monsoon climate. The city is known for its mild climate owing to its high elevation. The temperature in the city is usually about 7 to 8 degrees Celsius lower compared to the average temperature in the lowland area. Average temperature ranges from 15 to 23 3 degrees Celsius, with the lowest temperatures between November and February. The lowest recorded temperature was 6.3 degrees Celsius on January 18, 1961, and in contrast, the all-time high of 30.4 degrees Celsius was recorded on March 15, 1988, during the 1988 El Niño season. The temperature seldom exceeds 26 degrees Celsius even during the warmest part of the year. Precipitation. Like many other cities with a subtropical highland climate, Baguio receives noticeably less precipitation during its dry season. However, the city has an extraordinary amount of precipitation during the rainy season, with the months of July and August having, on average, more than 700 millimeters of rain. The city averages over 3,100 millimeters of precipitation annually. Demographics. Religion. The majority of Baguio's population are Roman Catholics. Other religious groups active in the city include the Pentecostal Missionary Church of Christ, Episcopal Church, Iglesia Ni Cristo, Iglesia Filipina Independiente, Jehovah's Witnesses, United Church of Christ in the Philippines, Jesus is Lord Church, Jesus Miracle Crusade, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the United Methodist Church, Assemblies of God, and Baptist, Presbyterian, Lutheran, Members Church of God International, Bible Fundamental, and other evangelical churches. There is also a significant number of Muslims in the cities, consisting of Filipino Muslims of different ethnicities and Muslims of other nationalities. The largest mosque in the area is Masjid al-Marif, which is a known center of Islamic studies in the Philippines. The city also has smaller numbers of Buddhists and atheists, along with members of other faiths. Economy. The economy of Baguio is centered on tourism and its educational institutions, of which it has at least 8 colleges and universities, as well as a plethora of trade and technical schools. Based on the latest census done in 2007, almost half of the city's population are students, many of whom come from nearby provinces, with numerous foreign students to add to the diversity. Another key source of income for Baguio is its position as the commercial hub for the province of Benguet. Many of the agricultural and mining goods produced in Benguet pass through Baguio for processing, sale or further distribution to the lowlands. Commercial. The city is a major retail center for the Cordilleras and Ilocos provinces, with shoppers coming to the city to take advantage of the diversity of competitively priced commercial products on sale, many of which would otherwise only be available in Manila. The city is also popular with bargain hunters. Some of the most popular bargaining areas include Baguio Market and Maharlika Livelihood Center. Despite the city's relatively small size, it is home to numerous shopping centers and malls catering to increasing commercial and tourist activity in Baguio. These include Edem City Baguio, Baguio Center Mall, Cuyatsan Hotel Plaza, Abanao Square, the Maharlika Livelihood Center, Portavaga Mall and Centerpoint Plaza. Various food and retail businesses run by local residents proliferate, forming a key part of Baguio's cultural landscape. Some of these include Tiong San chain of department stores and supermarkets, Sunshine Supermarket, Star Cafe, Country Mart, Rose Bowl Restaurant, Good Taste Restaurant, A Fortune Restaurant, Moroson's Cafe, Pateos Eateries along Bonifacio Street, Session Road, near Teachers Camp, and Baguio Fast Food Center near the market. The areas of Session Road, Harrison Road, Magsaysay Avenue and Abanao Street comprise the trade center of the city, where commercial and business structures such as cinemas, hotels, restaurants, department stores, and shopping centers are concentrated. The city market offers a wide array of locally sourced goods and products, usually from Benguet province, which include includes colorful woven fabrics and hand-strung beads to primitive wood carvings, cut flowers, strawberries, and Baguio vegetables, the latter often denoting vegetable types that do well in the cooler growing climate. Industrial. Baguio is home to one of the country's most profitable and best investment areas, a Philippine Economic Zone Authority accredited business and industrial park called the Baguio City Economic Zone. Located in the southern part of the city between Camp John Hay Country Club and Philippine Military Academy in Barangay Locan, firms located in the BCEZ mostly produce and export knitted clothing, transistors, small components for vehicles, electronics and computer parts. Notable firms include Texas Instruments Philippines, which happens to be the second largest exporter in the country. Other companies headquartered inside the economic zone are Moog Philippines, Inc., Lind Philippines, Inc., LTX Philippines Corporation, Baguio Island Techno Hub, and Citel Philippines Baguio. Outsourcing also contributes to the city's economy and employment. There are many call centers present in the city. Teleperformance Baguio is headquartered in front of Sunshine Park. Other call centers in downtown are Optimum Transource, Sterling Global and Global Translogic, while others like Convergys and IHG have call centers in Camp John Hay away from the city proper. Texenergy operates a large transcription and back-office operation near Wright Park. Citel Thought-Focused Technologies, a leading U.S. provider of software and KPO services, decided to set up its KPO operations center in City of Baguio. Tourism is one of Baguio's main industries due to its weather and history. During the year-end holidays, some people from the lowlands prefer spending the vacation in Baguio to experience cold temperatures they rarely have in the home provinces. Also, during summer, especially during Holy Week, tourists from all over the country flock to the city. During this time, the total number of people in the city doubles. To accommodate all these people, there are more than 80 hotels and inns available. Local festivities such as the Panagbenga Festival also attracts both local and foreign tourists. Baguio is the lone Philippine destination in the 2011 TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice Destinations Awards Asia category, with the city being among the top 25 destinations in Asia. Culture. The city is home to many immigrants from other parts of the country. Baguio also has a significant population of foreigners. The languages commonly spoken in Baguio are Ibaloy, Kankana and Ifugao, as well as Ilocano, Pangasinan and Kapampangan. Filipino and English are also understood by many inhabitants within and around the city. Several restaurants also serve different types of local and foreign cuisine. Baguio's youth majority in the population has given it a distinct flavor different from those of other cities in the Philippines. Panagbenga Festival, the annual flower festival, is celebrated each February to showcase Baguio's rich cultural heritage, its appreciation of the environment, and inclination towards the arts. The city became a haven for many Filipino artists in the 1970s-1990s, drawn by the cool climate and low cost of living. Artists such as Ben Cabrera and filmmaker Butch Perez relocated to the city. At the same time, locals such as mixed media artist Santiago Bose and filmmaker Kidlat Tahimik were also establishing work in the city. Even today, artists like painters and sculptors from all over the country are drawn to the Baguio Arts Festival, which is held annually. Many Baguio artists use the context of cultural diversity of the Cordillera region to establish the work. Other notable Baguio artists include Nada Capuyan, Kawayundagaya, Kagao, William Magtaibe, Peter Pinda, R.T. Baldo and Franklin Chimata. The active student population in Baguio has also spawned various interests in animation and digital arts, with several local artists doing work for large production and advertising agencies in the Philippines and abroad. In art, Igorot from the Hills Baguio, Oil on Wood by Fernando Amorsalo, 1928. 34 by 41 centimeters. Sunrise Baguio, Oil on Canvas Board by Fernando Amorsalo, 1929. 33 by 40.6 centimeters. Baguio Marketplace, Oil on Canvas by Fernando Amorsalo, 1934. 47.5 by 65.5 centimeters. Points of interest: Burnham Park, Mines View Park, Teachers Camp, Baguio Cathedral, Roman Catholic Diocese of Baguio, Cathedral of the Resurrection, the main campus of the Episcopal Church of North Central Philippines. Heritage. Around May 2003, a petition initiated by Dion Fernandez to declare Baguio a heritage zone was circulated on the internet and national print media, gaining more than 10,000 signatures. The petition calls upon unspecified officials to create the zone prior to the Baguio Centennial in 2009. In May 2005, the Heritage Conservation Society submitted to the Baguio City Council a proposed special heritage bill drafted by HCS trustee Ivan Hendez. It has been approved on second reading but is being opposed by a group of businessmen. Built in 1909 to house American workers, Casa Vallejo is now a hotel complex located along Upper Session Road. Its resident restaurant Hill Station has been included in the meal guide. The hotel also houses Mountain Cloud Bookshop, which sells hard-to-find books and souvenirs. The Victorian-style house was built by Roberto Laprel in 1920 as Rest House. It gained a reputation as one of Baguio's haunted places after World War II. During the war, the house was taken over by the Japanese soldiers and was used as a garrison where women were raped and suspected spies were tortured and killed. The house is now owned and loaned by business tycoon Lucio Tanzanian Foundation to the Bamboo Foundation, where bamboo exhibits are shown for the public for a fee. It is the setting of the Filipino horror film White House. Built in 1913, the Dominican Retreat House is one of the important work of Fray Roque Ruino, a Dominican priest. Fray Roque was commissioned by the Dominican order to design a retreat house in Baguio. Between 1915 to 1918, the Dominican Retreat House was converted and named Colegio del Santissimo Rosario, which was also run by the Dominican order. Due to the lack of enrollment, the school closed 2 years later and reverted to its original plan as a retreat house. Today, the building is known as the Diplomat Hotel. The Dominican Retreat House was to crown the top of the hill that was later to earn the name of the order, Dominican Hill. The building was designed in the Renaissance Mannerist revival, the favored style of Fray Roque. The retreat house was a bit ambitious, larger in scale compared to Fray Roque's previous works, and it realized to some extent the original design for the main building in Sampaloc, Manila. The retreat house followed the same principle of design of Fray Roque's works. Symmetry, balance and exuding formal dignity. The facade continues to be emphasized by the concrete crucifix mounted on arched pediment. During the World War II, the building was occupied by refugees fleeing the Japanese forces. The building also served as the last bastion and garrison of the Japanese Imperial Army during the last days of the World War II. Then in April 1945, the American forces bombed the building and partially hit the right wing of the building. Between 1945 to 1947, the retreat house was rebuilt. In 1973, the retreat house was sold and was acquired by Diplomat Hotels, Inc. The building was successfully remodeled into a 33-bedroom hotel, but still retaining the original distinct features of the building established by the Dominican Order. The hotel was managed by Agapito Agpao, which was also a famed Baguio faith healer. The Diplomat Hotel operated between 1973 to 1987. During its heyday as a hotel, the building was popular to the local and foreign tourists, especially to Agpao's patients who are mostly foreigners. With the death of Agapito Agpao in 1987, much of the Diplomat Hotel was looted and sacked until it was abandoned. The building also caused significant damage during the 1990 earthquake. Since then, the property was managed under the protection of Presidential Management Star. In 2005, the Diplomat Hotel was turned over to the city government of Baguio and was declared a National Historical Site. Sports. The Baguio Athletic Bowl within the grounds of Burnham Park is one of Baguio's primary sporting venues. Baguio has also hosted the 1978 World Chess Championship match between Anatoly Karpov and Victor Korchnoi. Local government. Like most Philippine cities, Baguio is governed by a mayor, vice-mayor, and 12 councillors. However, being a highly urbanized city with its own charter, it is not subject to the jurisdiction of Benguet province, of which it was formerly a part. The current mayor of Baguio is Mauricio Domingo, and the lone congressional district is currently represented by Congressman Miguel. They were elected in May 2016. Transportation. Locan Airport is the lone airport serving the general area of Baguio. The airport is classified as a trunkline airport, or a major commercial domestic airport, by the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, but there are currently no regular commercial services in the airport. It is located south of the city center. Due to the limited length of the runway, which is 1,802 meters of 5,912 feet, it is restricted to commuter-size aircraft. The airport is used primarily by helicopters, turboprop and piston engine aircraft, although on rare occasion light business jets have flown into the airport. Land. The three main access roads leading to Baguio from the lowlands are Cannon Road, Asparas Palaspis Highway and Magallanes Road, also known as Quirino Highway. Cannon Road starts at Rosario, La Union and winds upwards through a narrow, steep valley. This is often the fastest route to Baguio, but it is particularly perilous with landslides during the rainy season and sharp drop-offs, some without guardrails. The Asparas Highway, which starts in Agu, La Union and connects to Palaspis Highway at the boundary of Benguet and La Union provinces, and Magallanes Road, which starts in Bauing, La Union, are both longer routes but are much safer than Cannon Road, especially during rainy season, and of the preferred routes for coaches, buses and trucks. The Benguet Nueva Vizcaya Road, which links Baguio to Aratao in Nueva Vizcaya province, traverses the towns of Itagan, Bukid and Cayapa. Another road, Halsama Highway, leads north through the mountainous portion of the provinces of Benguet and Mountain Province. It starts at the northern border of Baguio with La Trinidad. There are several bus lines linking Baguio with Manila and central Luzon, and provinces such as Pangasinan, Nueva Ecija, Aurora, Quezon, La Union, and those in the Ilocos regions. taxis and jeepneys are also common forms of transportation in the city. Education. Baguio is a university town with 141,088 students out of the 301,926 population count done on the year 2007. It is the center of education in the entire North Luzon. There are 8 major institutions of higher education in Baguio. The St. Louis University, University of the Philippines Baguio, Philippine Military Academy, University of Baguio, University of the Cordilleras, Baguio Central University, Pines City Colleges, and Easter College. Notable people: Kidlat Tahimik, Filipino movie director, filmmaker, writer and actor. Paolo Avellino, Filipino actor, model, host and singer. Marvic Leonan, Associate Supreme Court Justice. Roberto Cruz, a former Filipino professional boxer. Cruz won the WBA World Light Welterweight title. Daniel Burnham, the urban planner and architect responsible for the initial design of the city. John Hay, United States Secretary of State and namesake of Camp John Hay. Luke Edward Wright, for whom Wright Park was named. Leonard Wood, for whom Leonard Wood Road was named. Lyman W.V. Kennan, builder and namesake for Kennan Road. Gov. William F. Pack, then governor of Benguet Province, who planned the creation of Teachers Camp. F.B. Harrison. William Cameron Forbes, American Governor-General of the Philippines, who ordered Kennan Road to be built. Rob White, American writer of screenplays, television scripts, and adventure novels. Dean Conant Worcester, member of First Philippine Commission and official urging founding of Baguio as the summer capital. Twin towns, sister cities.